Okay. And we're going to get right to it. First I'd like to introduce the president of the Central Board of Control, Terry Curtis, U.S. Wright High School. He'll have a few comments and then he's going to introduce Mr. Harmon.
All right.
Mr. Curtis.
First of all, thank all you ladies for being here. It shows you the importance of high school athletics in this state. I would like to thank Mr. Harmon and the staff for all the work they put in on reclassification. I guess this is the 6th or 7th one that I've been through, and they're never easy. And this one was along the same lines. Let me thank the Central Board. I know that this was tough on all of them and us, but I do know that they voted and did and researched and did what they knew was right for kids. And as long as they're doing what's right for kids, you can't complain about it. And that goes for anyone in the state of Alabama, any parent, any athlete, any coach, anyone else involved in administration or all the things that they are involved in. You know, sometimes change is good. Sometimes it's not so good. And only time's going to tell. So let's get behind it. Let's see what happens and move on from there. At this time, I'd like to introduce our executive director, Mr. Heath Harmon.
Thank you, Coach Curtis. I want to echo some comments that you made. I want to thank the Central Board. Can't say enough about their work and dedication to what they do for high school athletics in this state, and just very, very thankful for them. Also want to thank the media for your attendance. This is important, and also thankful for our staff. Also thanks to Ron, who thought he was retired, but I keep pulling him back, so thank you, Ron. The landscape of education-based athletics in Alabama is changing, and the AHSAA must continue to adapt. After careful review and after listening to our public and private school members, the Central Board determined that now is the appropriate time to restructure championship play. This will result in restructured championships for public and private schools. This model will be implemented for the next 2 years. The Central Board has approved a championship model that applies only to postseason play. Its purpose is to expand opportunity and strengthen the overall championship experience for student athletes across Alabama. All championships will be played together, both public and private, at our championship venues. The Alabama High School Athletic Association remains one unified association serving all member schools. Public and private schools will continue to compete against one another throughout the regular season. Through multiple meetings with our private school members, they expressed a desire for greater financial flexibility. This model directly addresses concerns while maintaining fair play for all. Because postseason competition will follow restructured pathways, we're now able to work on removing financial barriers for private schools. Private school members also voiced their desire to remove the 1.3 multiplier and competitive balance adjustments. Private schools will now be classified strictly on their enrollment. We also heard from private schools leaders regarding representation. In response, we are going to establish a private school headmaster and principal committee modeled after our superintendent's committee, and the AHSAA will designate an existing staff member or a new staff member to serve in the role of private school director of championships. At this same time, I want to encourage private school leaders to remain fully engaged at the district level. District participation is the foundation of this association. Districts elect their legislative council and Central Board representatives, and strong engagement ensures strong governance. Membership in the AHSAA continues to offer countless benefits. All schools, public and private, retain full access to every program and every opportunity we provide. Regular season competition between public and private schools remains unchanged. All member schools continue to be eligible for all-star events, Bryant Jordan Awards, Mr. Football, Mr. and Miss Basketball, student leadership programs, and many, many others, too numerous to list.
Reclassification occurs every 2 years and it's never permanent. We believe this is a strong, solid plan. But as with every classification cycle, we will listen to our membership and make adjustments as needed. The AHSAA is committed to working collaboratively with our member schools, public and private. For more than 100 years, this association has provided student athletes across Alabama with some of the best opportunities in the nation. That success is no accident. It is the result of dedicated leadership from our legislative council, central board members, executive directors, and staff. The AHSAA remains a national leader in education-based athletics, and this alignment strengthens our ability to serve every student athlete within our mission across the state. At this time, we'll take some questions.
Speak up, Max.
Just kind of how will it work with, now currently football and region play all together, kind of how will that work when you split them off into different postseasons?
So what we'll have is we will have, with our public schools, we'll have 6 classifications. The largest classification will be 6A, which will have 32 schools. 1A through 5A will be evenly distributed, and then we will have 2 classifications for our private schools, a single A and double A. Our double A will have the largest 17 private schools, and the single A will have the remaining private schools.
You said, so you're going away from the 7A, you're gonna do 1 through 6A, right?
That is correct, for our public school classification.
Other questions? Okay, Jim?
How much of a stomach was there to actually split public and private schools and make them totally separate?
So it never was a part of any of those conversations. We feel like that there's great benefit to membership, and we appreciate and value all of our member schools.
Other questions? Okay, Max?
Do you think with all the other issues in high school sports, obviously there's the CHOOSE Act, there's some pressure in the legislative body, NAL changes, do you think that maybe this was the right time to do this move? Or do you guys think maybe other issues should have been maybe more of a focus during this period?
So I think that our central board felt like this was the right time to look at restructured championship pathways. We are about opportunity, and what this does is provide more opportunities for our athletic programs throughout the state.
Ben?
Coach, how much political pressure was involved in this, if any?
So obviously we want to work with political entities, but that at the end of the day, that is not our job. Is to react to political pressure. Our job is to do the mission of the central board, which is what our central board did. So we do want to work with people who are interested in high school athletics, but we don't operate under any pressure or anything like that.
John?
Before you go, Kurt, can I ask him a question?
If you'll ask it, go ahead.
I may not answer it.
Okay, I know that if you go to private side better than a lot of the other ones, what kind of feedback were you getting from the private schools on this format?
Well, of course, as it went along, they wanted to stay a part of it, as far as coaches. Now, I think administrators and some of them may have had a little different opinion, but talking to coaches and all, they all wanted to stay in and kind of stay on the same guidelines.
Other questions? Okay, Ben?
Coach, this is the first time in 104 years that we've separated. How difficult was that decision as you worked through it, and what were the final deciding points you think to do it this way?
Yeah. First of all, we're talking about words, semantics, right? But we're not separating. We are restructuring championship pathways. This is not a separation. This is a restructuring of championship pathways. So it impacts who plays who in the playoffs. It does not impact anything else. So what this does is provide expanded opportunities for championships, not separation.
Okay, Max, you got another?
Yeah, like kind of how will you see the teams for playoffs, I guess, going forward now that, I guess, region play won't really be affected, maybe isn't the best.
What's your question?
Like, how will the playoffs now be seeded? Because obviously, there are some regions with a couple private schools and
Yeah, so we'll be coming out with all of the different pathways. We have a meeting on February 6th where we will discuss. Maybe the central board approves at that time, or maybe it's just discussion. But then we will have a subsequent meeting after that where we will be approving brackets, championship pathways, and releasing that out.
But the sports alignments for fall sports are being released.
Yes, that's going to be released today.
Just fall sport.
Fall sports.
Jim?
Just to, make sure we're clear that the competitive balance and the multiplier are being removed.
That's correct.
Coach, you said they can play during the regular season, the two teams. Do you worry that maybe public schools won't want to play the private schools?
So I don't think, I think that they will play. And I think that there's going to be opportunity there, the way the schedules will be set up. One of the things that we are going to address, the board's going to address tiebreakers to make sure that those are in place with those teams playing in the regular season, but I foresee them wanting to play.
Other questions? One more, John, go ahead.
I got a question for you, Malcolm. Okay, you're looking at 1 through 6 and then the private school. Are you I know that y'all have not really released what the, region or it's gonna be. Are you gonna have a different region for private and different region for public, or how they gonna work for you?
So all that's going to be released today. The overall classification is 6 public school classifications, with 6A being the largest, the 32 schools, and the others evenly distributed. And then in the private school, AA is the 17 largest private schools by their true enrollment, and single A is the remaining number. And then after this press conference today, we're going to be releasing, and Ron's going to talk more about that in a minute, but we're going to be releasing those regional alignments.
Okay, Ben?
Is that the same situation for volleyball, and what's the situation with flag football?
Yes, so all of that will be released today, all of our 5. Now, in different sports, we don't necessarily have, if you think about in football, there will be 6 public classifications and 2 private school classifications for a total of 8. Okay, so you're already increasing championships by 1. Some of the other sports we had different, like our last classification, flag football, had 2 classes, so we had enough for a 6A, 7A championship and enough for a 1A through 5A. Flag football is a great example of a sport that's growing leaps and bounds, so there will be additional classifications, public and private, so all of that will be released today for our fall sports.
Other questions?
I guess all this will be in the works, but the Super 7 or whatever we're gonna call it now is coming to Mobile, and it's already gonna be 4 days. Is that something, a decision that'll, as far as how that aligns and?
Yeah, we'll be working through that, coming up with that schedule and releasing that as soon as possible. But the great thing about Mobile is we had already decided to do a 4-day pilot because we thought a 4-day championship might be better, and so that 4th day is going to be very helpful in this cause.
Any other questions? Well, listen, we appreciate what's fixing to happen now. Mr. Harmon's got work to do, and we're gonna transition real quickly, and we're gonna have a reveal show where we're gonna go through OTM TV and NFHS Network, and we're gonna go through the reclassification, and we're gonna go through the fall sports football alignment. Probably all we'll have time for. But all of that will be on the website as soon as we've gotten everything adjusted and ready to be uploaded. Should be within 30 minutes, I would say. Okay.